Today we're trying what people say is the best barbecue food in the whole of Texas. Come with us to Terry Black's, an institution to smoked meat. These guys are selling 3 tons of brisket a day. That's 400 cows. This guy's like, we've got so much brisket. We've even got a brisket wall. This should be in a museum. Inside you've got 3 cutting blocks, each with their own butcher. And we're kicking things off with the world famous short rib. Where are they sourcing this from? Godzilla's chest. You bite into this thing, it's so soft, it's like jelly. That is hands down the best short rib I've ever had in my life. And then we go on to that brisket. These guys sell 18% of the brisket in the whole of America. I always go for the fatty cut and just look at that flock. Like, how do they produce so much and still keep the quality? There are better briskets in Texas, but you have to queue like 3-4 hours. Here, you're straight in and it tastes amazing. Like, the burnt ends look a little bit dry. Next up, we've got the smoked pork ribs. And these were hands down my favourite ribs of the trip. They tasted a bit like gammon. They were so sweet. Almost like meat candy. Wow. And I've got to say, this turkey was extremely moist. I love that smoky kick at the back of your throat. Delicious. A little bit of salad to make mother happy. I'm going to take this bone home as a souvenir. Where should we visit next? If you can't take a date, come mate. Enjoy.
Everything I ate in New York, Halal Edition Part 2, starting with Dave's Hot Chicken, which has quickly become my favourite American fast food. It tastes exactly how you would expect it to look from their Instagram, and the hot was slightly too hot for us actually. 212 Steakhouse is a bougie restaurant with delicious starters and average mains. These Parmesan crusted oysters were one of the best things I ate on the whole trip. The steak was decent with a really nice crust, but we also got a lobster linguine, and the lobster was chewy and the linguine was kind of dull. Continuing on with the bougie vibe, we went to Gazab, which is a fine dining Indian restaurant, and the food was exceptional. Started with golgappe, which was super flavorful and spicy, followed by the chicken dum biryani. But the star of the show for us was the lamb shank karai, which, as you will see, was super tender and flavorful, and again, one of our favorite dishes. Next, I went to Mirage Grill, which is probably my favorite Persian restaurant in Manhattan. I had the salmon and dill rice there last year, and I hadn't stopped thinking about it since. Also tried the lamb shank, very good. This is meat and bread, which I had very high expectations for because the menu looked amazing. We had masala loaded fries, masala grilled chicken burger, and masala risotto, all of which were a little underwhelming, but still good. LA Bakery is a fully halal bakery. Personally, I would skip on the savoury food. This was meant to be a club chicken sandwich, but really it was just a croissant with some shredded chicken in it. Skip straight to the sweet stuff because the pastries were delicious. Moving on to Top Thai, where I had another one of my favourite dishes, which is this Thai basil and chicken udon. Whole red snapper was also delicious. If you're missing Nando's whilst you're out in New York, go to Frango's. Whilst it doesn't look exactly like Nando's, the burger tasted suspiciously like a Nando's chicken burger. Nothing else tasted like Nando's, but it was all good. Then we queued an hour and a half for the most famous halal cart in New York, Adele's. Was it worth it? Find out in my next video.